Today, I'm thinking about starting the day with a status report because we have to understand where we are in our journey of working on a NuttX project and evolving the NuttX project to comply with what the market would expect and what us as developers would expect. My name is Alin Jerpelea, and I've been working with the NuttX project for the past 7 years. I'm employed by Sony, and I'm based in Lund. Without further ado, I will try to speak today about the NuttX, the real-time operating system landscape, the NuttX project, the one that we work on, our community, and our license status. Regarding the landscape, I got inspired by Kate Stewart's presentation, and I copied this slide and modified it a bit so that it will fit our needs. If we look at the overall list of operating systems, we can see that some of them are old, founded in 2004, like FreeRTOS, or very new, like the Azure real-time operating system governed by Microsoft, with the first commit in 2020. Also, we can see that we have projects with fewer contributors and projects with more contributors like ours. We have projects that have proprietary licenses or BSD or MIT. Most of them are Apache like ours. We have one, which is LGPL. And we can also see that we have a pulse. The pulse is the number of merge commits during the past month. We have projects which have low pulse, or they are even stalling, like CMCS5 from ARM. And then we have projects like ours, which are in full development, and you can see the numbers yourself. On the other hand, if we compare on the license format, we can see that some projects are still using plain text to declare the license, like ours. We have projects which use the SPDX identifier, which helps tremendously with automation and creating the release notes. And we also have projects which support the SBOM, software bill of material. This is a requirement that I think that will come soon into the market, and we should also think about implementing it. It ensures that we know exactly what goes into a device and what files have been included in the build, among other things. So it's something that we should probably think in the future about implementing. I think that also SPDX would be a nice addition to our project because it will help companies and it will make it more attractive. But it's enough overview. Now we should probably focus a bit on the project, our own project. The project started with the development in the early 90s, and it has been created by a single person, Gregory Nutt, which deserves our respect. And I would say thank you. In the early 2000s, it continued in a low-paced development. And in 2007, we have the first release under a BSD license. As a side note, I splitted all the release notes in the release notes folder, and you will now see them as separate files, which makes tracking the changes easier. In 2019, the project has been donated by Gregory to the Apache Software Foundation, and we started the incubation journey. In 2022, we were finally graduated as an Apache top project, and now we are focused on the growth. This year, we grew quite a lot, and I will show a few slides later. For the future, I think that we should focus on standardization because growth without some cleanup can lead to some undesired results. The main characteristics of NuttX are portability, availability, scalability, support for both ANP and SMP, configurations, compatibility, and starting from last year, we have also Edge AI support. The benefits of NuttX are maturity, consistent code style, active developer community, as you saw prior, and an open license. We are using mainly the Apache license. I will come back to this later. It requires low and mid-end microcontrollers or microprocessors. It works with and without MMU. It scales from 8 to 64-bit system on a chip. Requires 8 kilobytes of RAM or more, 16 kilobytes of flash or more. It is designed to be real-time from scratch and use really low power. It is available on over 300 boards from most known manufacturers. There are several products that have been using NuttX in the past, and you have a few examples in the pictures.
Alan, we are not hearing you. Cool. Alan, we are not hearing you. I think we lost you. Can somebody else in the Jitsi Mitsi confirm that Liz is hearing us, please? All right. Alan, we lost you. So guys, we had a technical problem with Alan presentations. We are trying to reach him. Well, we are waiting for Alan to come back.
I am back.
All right, Alan, we are seeing you again.
I don't know what happened. Yes. What was the last thing that you managed to see? Activity?
We saw the kind of products made using NuttX. Yes, this is
okay. I see. Thank you.
Please go on.
So after thinking about what we should be looking for this report, I was thinking that we should look at the project activity and see if we had any gaps in the activity or if there have been any increases or things that may be interesting to look into. And if we look at the whole activity from 2014 to 2023, we can see that we are on a steady growth path. Then I was looking at the releases, and each release that we had in the past 3 years has been around 900 commits, give or take, every 3 months. So our release schedule is 3 months or around 3 months. And in the case of the 12.2 release, there were just 2.5 months. So we have a gap over there, but it is compensated later. So I would say that the project growth is quite nice. If we look at the number of files for each release, we can see that we have a steady growth curve. And now we are close to 25,000 files. For each release, We have around 100 developers, around 950 push requests, and over 200,000 lines of code. If we look at the licenses, because this was some worrying factor in the past, and there are still small mishaps from time to time, we can see that now, on top of the main license, which is Apache, we have a few components which can be manually selected, and they use different licenses. The extra licenses added to the project are BSD licenses, GPL or LGPL licenses, MIT licenses, EPL licenses, and ICS license. All the files which are not Apache, bearing the Apache license, are documented in the license file. So in case you are doing a product, it would be really good to check this file to ensure that you're not using any file that doesn't match your license requirements. If we look at the license distribution on each release, we can see that we started with very few Apache files in NuttX 2.0 and the mix of other licenses, the vast majority being BSD. And then we transitioned to the current 12.3. I will talk more about this number later, which has almost all the files as Apache license. Just a recap, our main license is Apache. We support small bits with other licenses, and they have to be selected manually if you want the code to be included, and allow that license to be built in your final image. Check the license file for details so that the licenses match your requirements. After the license overview, I think that we should also look at community. We should look at us, the ones driving the projects, the ones that use NuttX in our daily life, in our company products, or just for fun. And I would give a big kudos to the top 10 contributors, including Greg, which is our lead contributor. He has, according to GitHub, a huge amount of commits. And I think that his retirement shows that after 2020, he has less commits, but he still plays with us, and he is still sending commits from time to time. Thank you, Greg. If you want to contribute to the project, please submit a CLA to the Apache, and we will add you to the authors file. If you already submitted a CLA and you want to check if you're in the authors list, please check the file. If there is anyone missing from the file, we would gladly add you as soon as the CLA is confirmed. You can contact us, and we can all talk as a happy community on the dev list for the NuttX Apache org. And as you can see, we are quite active over there. And I would say that any question is answered in a mannered time. The last one that I saw was from my colleague from Sony. She's also a speaker today. And she has been getting an answer in less than an hour. Thank you for attending the introduction and the status report for today. And I'm sorry for the technical issues that we faced on both YouTube and for sound quality.